is up, everyone? It is I, Dr. Ironbat Prime 2.0, and or Noah, if you know me pretty well. So for today's episode, I am doing my top 10 worst superhero movies of all times. That's right, we're talking about the top 10 superhero movies that brought shame to our heroes. We never got another one, and yet we really need the reboots for these superhero movies. And yes, a little while ago I did do top 10 superhero movies, and if you want, I'm putting that in the description right down there if you want to see that. But also figured, why not do top 10 worst superhero movies? So let's get down to business on number 10. Kicking off my list at number 10 is Green Lantern, and this movie is just bad all over, and here are some reasons why. Basically, the costumes and constructs were too much CGI, especially the mask, and Sinestro, he should have had a big part in the movie, which ended up not happening, and we were gonna get a sequel which ended up not happening, but thank God it's not gonna happen. And also, we are gonna get a reboot pretty soon, but also thank God that Ryan Reynolds is doing something a lot more better than Green Lantern. Basically, Green Lantern is just a bad movie all over the place because, I mean, seriously, there was even that race car track scene that I don't want to show you guys. It was just so bad all over the place. Now at number 9 of bad movies, we have Daredevil. Now, Daredevil is one of my favorite superheroes, but this movie just had some bad CGI, the fight scenes weren't really that good, and well, Bullseye, he doesn't look like Bullseye from comics, he was just terrible, and well, Elektra, wasn't a fan of Jennifer Gardner as Elektra, but the only thing I did like and thought was kinda cool was costume, and that was it. Ben Affleck as Daredevil, no. So basically that's the thing about Ben Affleck as well. Daredevil, not a fan of him, but he is a BA beast as Batman, and he does it so well. And some will ask, what about the Netflix Daredevil? Well, that I have the exact opposite opinion of. Now just sitting there at number 8, we have X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is just bad all over. Now don't get me wrong on, well, X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I love seeing Hugh Jackman in action as Wolverine. Believe me, we all do. We all love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but this movie, the only thing I did like was Ryan Reynolds' first 5 minutes in this movie. Well, actually, I think it's 10 or 15 minutes. For the rest of the movie, not so much. But one character I'm not a fan of was Gambit, who I'm not a fan of, but let's hope Channing Tatum can fix that. And Deadpool 2, I wasn't a fan of. I mean, since when does he shoot lasers out of his eyes, teleport, or have Wolverine's claws? But thank God they fixed that to many years later. Now at number 7, we have Ghost Rider, played by Nicolas Cage. And personally, this movie was so bad all over the place because, well, Nicolas Cage was a bad choice. The CGI was okay, I'll admit, but, yes, Ghost Rider, not a fan of it, and I'm not really sure if I want to see it up on the big screen again. Actually, Nicolas Cage was pretty cool as Big Daddy from the movie Kick-Ass, so that's the only thing I give a thumbs up for Nicolas Cage doing, so yeah, that's the only thing I'm okay with. And the villain Blackheart in the movie looks more like a character from Twilight, and he looks nothing like the comics, because in the comics they're cool, but movie, no. And yet this movie was so bad it even got a sequel that we do not speak of, but thank God Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came in and brought in Robbie, the new Ghost Rider, who's, well, freaking cooler. Now at number 6 of terrible movies, we have 2015's Fantastic Four. Now this movie is just bad all over because the costumes and thing wasn't a fan of. Human Torch, bad choice for an actor, no offense. And Doctor Doom, just didn't really feel or look like a Doctor Doom. So basically, yeah, Fantastic Four had, well, a terrible cast, and the final battle in the movie, it just didn't go so well. I just wish it would be a lot longer. Like, it was at least 15 minutes. I don't know. You can correct me in the comments if you want to. But, I don't know. These are just movies I don't want to see again. Ever. Now, some of you might ask, but what about the original Fantastic Four movie from the 2000s? Well, that one, in my opinion, just okay, in my opinion. Now, sitting there at number 5 is, well, Superman Returns. And this movie is just bad all over because Bryan Singer, he did a great job at directing some of the X-Men movies, but this Superman movie, no he didn't. Yeah, I don't know what Bryan Singer's idea was with this Superman movie, because they just took everything from the good old Christopher Reeve Superman movies and they just made it into a big ball of junk, because that's what that movie was. Actually, the only thing that I did like was that they kept the John Williams music spot on and good, like any other Superman movie. But also, now that I think about it, the flying effects, those are fixed, so those are the only 2 things I'm okay with. So, Bryan Singer, keep working on those X-Men movies. And thank God that, well, Brandon Routh went from god-awful Superman to an awesome Atom in, well, the Arrowverse. Now at number 4 is another god-awful Superman movie, which is basically called Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Because this is the movie that ended the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Yeah, as for Christopher Reeve Superman movies, they're okay in my opinion, but let's face it, they're old, they are outdated, they've been around since the 70s. They're okay, because they didn't have the technology back then to give us the Henry Cavill, the Man of Steel Superman that we all know right now. As for the villain in this movie, I keep forgetting his name, but I don't want to know anymore. And there was this one scene in the movie where Superman, well, uses, well, laser vision to take care of the Great Wall of China. Since when has that ever happened in Superman comics? When has that ever happened? Now at number 3 of terrible movies is Elektra, which is basically the Jennifer Gardner version of Elektra from Daredevil, just with her own solo movie, and well, here's my thoughts on it. Yeah, as for the Elektra movie, not a fan of that as well. I just haven't seen it in forever that I want to see it again, and yet whoever directed that movie, I wasn't really a fan of, well, Jennifer Gardner as well, Elektra from Daredevil, and well, what makes you think I would be a fan of her as Elektra in her own movie? Come on, I'm not a fan of it at all. Now at number 2, which could be on anyone's top 3 worst superhero movies list, is, well, Batman and Robin. And I think we can all agree on why this movie is so bad. Yeah, George Clooney as Batman, well, I'm not a fan of him as Batman at all. That is one of the Batmans I do not care at all about. And just to prove it, here's one image of him as Batman. Yeah, the costume looks completely bad all over the place. That's one of the reasons why I don't like this movie. And if you think that's bad, get a load of these other reasons why I'm not a fan of this movie. I was never a fan of well, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, which was bad. Same goes for Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, but that's not even the worst part. Bane is the worst part because he's like one of my favorite Batman villains and they messed him up all over. I mean, Joel Schumacher just takes like one of my favorite superheroes and well, just messes it up in a bad way, and I don't like it at all. Now the number one superhero movie that is the worst is Halle Berry's god-awful Catwoman movie. Personally, there's a billion reasons why this movie is so bad and has 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Personally, I think this movie is bad because, I mean, we haven't even gotten a Nightwing, a Red Hood, or any of those superhero movies yet, which might be coming soon, but Catwoman doesn't even deserve her own movie yet because, I mean, Catwoman, OMG, that's just bad all over. Bad. This movie is just one humongous middle finger because, I mean, it doesn't take place in Gotham City. Yeah, it doesn't, well, mention, talk about, or have Batman in it at all. I mean, whoever directed this movie, they did it on purpose, and they should now be fired, and they should now be forbidden to make movies ever again. Because, I mean, seriously, when DC and Warner Brothers were making this movie, they said that, well, this is a Catwoman movie, but this is not Batman's Catwoman, so that's why her real name's not Selena Kyle. I mean, this movie is just bad all over. So very bad. Okay, it's been 5 minutes now. I'm done talking about it. So bad. So bad! Good. Alright, I'm done talking about it. So bad. So bad! I can't stop thinking about it now. It's driving me nuts. Okay, now I got that out of my system. So, if you don't believe me on why these movies are terrible, here's what you gotta do. Go down to wherever you get your movies from, and just, well, buy them, watch them one time, and then leave it in the case it was in, and take it back to wherever you got it from, and get your money back. That's just the best way to tell you all, well, how to just watch these movies one time, and that's it. Don't watch them ever again. Anyways, guys, I gotta go now, but please subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Well, just kidding, not Facebook yet, but Instagram, yes. Twitter, yes. And don't forget to hit that bell and give me a thumbs up. I really love that. Please comment if you like, and I'll see you guys next time when I talk about, well, anything's comics, or I do a fan film or anything. See you around.